That Music Always Round Me by Walt Whitman, 1819 to 1892. That music always round me, unceasing, unbeginning, yet long untaught, I did not hear. But now the chorus I hear and am elated. A tenor, strong, ascending with power and health, with glad notes of daybreak I hear. A soprano, at intervals sailing buoyantly over the tops of immense waves. A transparent bass shuddering lusciously under and through the universe. The triumphant tutti, the funeral wailings with sweet flutes and violins, all these I fill myself with. I hear not the volumes of sound merely, I am moved by the exquisite meanings. I listen to the different voices winding in and out, striving, contending with fiery vehemence to excel each other in emotion. I do not think the performers know themselves, but now I think I begin to know them. Okay, this is a poem by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman is really the inventor of free verse. Notice this, his poetry doesn't rhyme, it's words and images. And Walt Whitman, let's see, he came from Long Island, from New York, and he grew up in Brooklyn. He left school when he was young and started work. Now, this poem was written just before the American Civil War, and I think the main idea of this poem is unity. The poem is a metaphor for all the songs of, or all these different songs of all these different people. In some ways it reminds me of I Hear America Singing. And all of these different sounds, all of these different music, all of these different voices, which are in harmony. But the harmony is not the result of getting rid of the differences and putting everything in tune, but rather taking them all together and listening to the whole thing together. And I think this is saying that the beauty of society is all of these different songs, and he is embracing all of these, and he feels it makes him feel so good to be part of this, to hear everybody doing their own thing. That music always round me, unceasing, unbeginning, yet long taught I did not hear. So there is music always round me, but this is the music of different people doing their thing, and this is unceasing. It never stops, and it never begins, and it never ends. It's just there. It's something that's always there. Maybe even the music of the world, the music of nature, the music of people doing everything. Yet long untaught I did not hear. So for a long time I was not aware of this music. Nobody had told me to listen to it, to think about it. But now the chorus I hear and am elated. But now I hear all of these people together, and I'm elated. I feel fantastic to hear the whole world moving around me, to hear everybody doing their own thing, looking for their own ambition. And they are a chorus, so this is a tune. There is a harmony to this. And then he gives some individual examples, and each of these have wonderful imagery with them. A tenor, strong, ascending with power and health, with glad notes of daybreak I hear. So a tenor is normally a man's voice, and it's strong, and it's powerful, and it's full of health, and it sounds like the break of day, like the beginning of the day, and he can hear this, and this is beautiful. A soprano at intervals sailing buoyantly over the tops of immense waves. And there's another voice, a soprano. This is a high woman's voice. And this is like a bird flying over the tops of waves, like a seagull flying over the waves. And it's buoyant, it's very up, it feels very light, it floats. And this is the soprano. A transparent bass shuddering lusciously under and through the universe. So here a bass, this is a very low noise. And this shudders, it vibrates lusciously, deliciously, beautifully. And it pervades the universe. Because when you hear very low notes, they make everything vibrate. They make you vibrate yourself. So we've got three different tones. The triumphant tutti. So tutti is where all of the people of a group of musicians play together. This normally after a solo. So you've heard a solo, maybe a trumpet solo, and the trumpeter is playing the trumpet. And then everybody starts to play again, and this is tutti. So this is the idea of he's listening to the individual bits, but they are all playing together. The funeral wailing. So there's the wailing of a funeral. There's something that's sad, sadness of something that's dying, that's going. And then there are sweet flutes and violins. All these I fill myself with. So he fills himself with all of these different instruments, all of these different voices, all of these different tones. I hear not the volumes of sound merely. I am moved by the exquisite meanings. So I'm not just listening to the sound, not to how loud it is or what it's saying, but I'm listening to the beautiful meaning. I'm listening to the emotion behind it. I'm listening to what it really means inside. I listen to the different voices winding in and out, striving, contending with fiery vehemence to excel each other in emotion. So he's listening to all of the different voices, and they come in and out, and they fight with each other. They fight to be to have the strongest emotion. And yes, these voices are all contending with each other. They are competing with each other to be the most emotional. But that is the beauty of it. This is all they don't have to be in sync with each other. That the beauty is the whole, listening to the whole thing all together. I do not think the performers know themselves. So they're singing, they're creating their song, but they don't really know what they're doing. They just do what they do. But now I think I begin to know them. But I, who listen to them, I begin to know the whole thing and each and every one of them. So this is like a metaphor for all of the different voices in society. It's the music is the US as a society and as a nation, and it's full of life. It's full of different things, and he feels really excited by this. He feels proud. And he feels the humanity of each of these people, each of them trying to overcome their own adversity. And it's a celebration of the beauty of these sounds. I think it's also perhaps calling for unity, so that the because this is before the Civil War, and the Civil War is about to break out, and he's calling for unity to bring everyone together. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. That music always round me, by Walt Whitman.